Hello, dickheads! That's how the movie Grumpy Old Men started. That was hilarious. That's appropriate kind of language for this episode because me and Brett hosting this two-parters. This is a double episode of us rehashing younger, mid-20s drinking stories. Us just being young, arrogant, asshole, peckerhead kids doing dumb shit, just having fun, driving recklessly. Yeah. Just being idiots, and we just put it all out here on these two episodes. Man, it's been so long since we recorded this episode, let alone when we recorded this episode, it seemed like it's been a long time since we were drinking and doing dumb shit. It's hard to believe, fucking 20 years ago. Holy hell. Man, it goes fast. Anyway, not so much anymore. The DUI's caught up to me, and yeah, karma, you'll see. I probably deserved it, you know. Anyway, I'm not getting into that can of worms. That's what this episode is. Me and Brett just bashing through young, dumb shit, and the video accompanying it is me, him, and his old lady riding the trail from Freeport area, let me rephrase that, from Saxonburgh area to Butler, Pennsylvania, and back. Not too far. Fun little run. You'll see. So, I'm going to shut my app, and we're going to get on with this thing, and it's a wild ride. Anyway, Podcastration Classic with me and Brett. Let's fucking go, bitch.
You wanted the best? Well, here's something even better in 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, get this shit underway here. This will be the...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Welcome to the season finale podcast.
It is. It's
of season 2. So, when this comes out, it'll be New Year's. It should be, hopefully, New Year's Eve. Might be a day before or a day after.
It'd be good to have this come out New Year's Eve day. Start your day off with a couple of afternoon beers and listen to some of our rather interesting drinking stories.
I want to ask you one random question first. Do you ever get nervous when you pull out your credit card bill in the mail? I use it online mostly, and I never keep track.
See, I bank online, so I check my bank account every morning because I got my ID stolen once, so I check every day now. So I really don't have any surprises.
Yeah.
Lately, last weekend, I knew it was going to be bad because I had to do the hot water tank.
I always have a general gist.
The hot water tank and the plumbing, I had to buy a ton of plumbing parts, replumbed my whole house, so I've been spending some money lately.
Yeah, sometimes mine can be anywhere from $200 to $800. It's just there's a lot of things I forget. I got to go through did somebody mess this, get into my account, and then I look, oh yeah, I forgot I ordered a $150 fucking projector or something, But I just wondered. But a lot of times I get over, it's not even nervous. I'm almost kind of you just don't know.
Yeah.
I place little bets to myself. What do you think it's? I try to guess. I'll say 450, and I'm never fucking close. Last time was I was under 200 for the first time in years. But
I was over 1,000. Come Wednesday when everything got on my credit card.
Yeah.
But that was $600 was for a hot water tank.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly. When you have big expenditures. Is that a word? Is that the right word?
I think expenditure is what
expenditures.
you want.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for. All right. That's what I want to get out. But yeah. So there's like I said, this should be New Year's Eve-ish, which may be the biggest party day of the year, I assume. At least it always was for me in my 20s.
Yeah.
Lower to mid 20s. Early to late 20s.
I would say age 20 to, I think 28's a safe bet. I don't remember the ball dropping, and I was up every time. I think I was up every time.
Yeah, I usually could care less. I'd usually just do another drunk shenanigans.
Yeah,
but
playing battle shots and then getting a stunner.
Yeah, playing battle shots and then getting stone cold stunned to the ground.
A legit stunner.
Don't remember that one. But,
you were so drunk, you actually looked like it actually hit you, 'cause you You went to your knee, and then you like tried to like I think spring to your feet, but you sprung to the left, like hit the ground pretty hard, and you got back up.
I don't remember any of that.
You were standing still, swaying.
I remember about 3 shots in. I can't even remember. I honestly don't even remember taking that many shots, but apparently it was enough.
Yeah.
Who knows what I drank before that?
Billy passed out because you and him played, and you tried to truck through it, but there was no trucking through that.
Battle shots. I don't recommend it. Obviously, if you don't know what it is, it's simply playing Battleship, but it's shots. So you call out the letter and number combo and you land on it. That player does that shot till you sink all the shots.
I watched you guys play a little bit, and you guys were putting like side shot bet stipulations. I remember you saying like, if I hit your Battleship this call out, we both do doubles, and you did. So
there's no way we finished the game.
that
or
was
I
a hell of a
died.
way to start the game off.
I bet. I can't imagine I did more than like 8 shots because it would have just. I would have threw up.
You did throw up.
Oh, did I? Okay, yeah. I mean, I might have did more, but I just know me. Anyway, well, at that time, but I've done a lot of shots throughout my 20s, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're just gonna. Man, this is a hard one to begin. I had to sit here. I got them. I got a list of memories I have, but of course, about ages 19, 20ish to about 28.
I would say like 21 through 24 is where we hit it the hardest.
Yeah.
Which I think everybody does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're supposed to, as we should have.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna try to remember these stories. We'll have to fill in the blanks. You'll probably have some memories, but
skewed memories.
yeah. So in the spirit of drinking lots of, I guess, spirits, we'll go through this. One thing I wanted to start off. Do you remember how many times do you remember going to Ghost Riders? That fucking country line dancing club.
We never went there once we hit 21.
No.
We went there just like Terry, my cousin, and Patty would take cases of beer. So we would go, and then we would just sneak beer.
What a creepy place. This was like I said, it was a line dancing country place. And it wasn't 21 or over. It was like younger
Just
kids.
18 and over, right?
Well, yeah, and there was clearly like underage, younger than that.
I think you had to show your ID to get in, so.
But it was, everyone snuck beer in underage and shit. And
there was a lot of 18-year-olds, and there was a lot of like drunk 50-year-olds trying to hit on those
that's
drunk
what I remember. There's
18-year-olds.
some old guys way past their prime with the glittery shirts, like spiked hair. There was guys with cowboy hats and like eyeshadow, trying to get on these young girls, and it's just perverts. I'm like, that whole place. Well, I must have shut. I don't know if they ever got a lawsuit, but clearly there was pedophiles and fucking tons of underage drinking. And I just remember being like, it was a mess. It was a good time for about a year.
It was a good little retirement job for D. Snyder though.
Yeah,
Remember him?
I'm trying to.
The bathroom guy. Remember the guy that sat?
Oh,
he looked
barely.
like he looked like a fatter, drunker, uglier. If you can imagine that, D. Snyder.
Yeah, he was definitely he was an '80s rock star, trying to live the lifestyle, but just that time is gone and past. Bud, that guy's got to be dead by now, because that was a good decade ago.
Yeah, and
more than that.
How much longer do you think Bones lived after you and Ryan Bowser met him?
Bones, call me Bones. That guy was a mess. That fucking skinny old dude.
What do you think he weighed? 88 pounds?
And he probably drank that much of booze, smoked. Dude, he had to have been just like a crackhead. Funny guy. Oh my god. So moving on to our drunken shenanigans, I have here. We might as well start with the first time we got drunk together, because remember you and Rich Dots, another one of our friends, lived in that small house down in.
It was the first time we got drunk together.
I think, yeah.
One of the first, anyway.
So we got, I assume, vodka.
It was vodka and like those fruit juice squeezers.
Yeah.
And
was it the squeezy packs, like the juice packs?
They were like the plastic bigger bottles. It was up at the old food land.
I know what you
There
mean
was
now.
probably, like, looking back, 75
I'm thinking
grams of sugar in
what
them.
are like the pouches? Remember the like Capri Suns? Is that what?
We didn't do Capri. It was just like a red fruit punch juice that
Yeah.
it didn't take a whole lot to disguise the taste of vodka.
Let's drink vodka, and we were upstairs in your bedroom, and we assembled that full metal
the hockey net.
and
we couldn't get it down.
Yeah,
the
then we
steps.
had to like, all oh yeah, getting it down the steps and out of the house is gonna be a chore. So we're drunk, like banging it off the walls.
There was that
and shit.
turn at the bottom of the steps. And Rich is like, remember the goalpost left red lines the whole way down.
Yeah,
there
had to been some drywall dents. And
then we played air hockey or floor hockey in the hallway upstairs.
yeah, we used to use like spoons or whatever we could find, and you'd lay on the floor.
Normally, a wooden spoon and that one little Nerf ball worked really good. Or we would just do like the end of a hockey tape roll and kind of tape that up like a little puck.
Yeah,
we had to wear safety glasses because it got so violent.
Yeah, it ended up being. You started like really cranking them things. You started being like, you could. I forget, we would use like an end table as a goal post, and you could actually start like hitting corners and stuff with it.
You were allowed to block with like your stick and like your wrist and hand, of course.
Yeah.
But if you missed a net, I always had welts and bruises from that game.
That's what I miss. I miss when you're young like that, you just need to be drunk. You just be like, you're just drunk, and then you find like shit, whatever's around, you can make entertaining.
Hell,
now it's like, oh, where are the girls? Or like, what? You know, you need people. And
at this point, well, especially now with my knee, I'm just wishful that I could get on the floor that long and be able to enjoy it. I get on the floor for 5 minutes. It takes me a half hour to stand back up.
Yeah, that's it. Now it's like what I do lately, like I should be a little hungover. I feel pretty good. I only drank a couple hours last night because I had a hockey tournament, but I drank a good bit of vodka and Red Bull, and now I just get drunk by myself and play PS4 hockey.
I'm no better because I get drunk and watch you play PS4 hockey.
Yeah, when there's no hockey to watch, when the Penguins only, when you wait 4 or 5 months for the Penguins to come back and play, and then they only last 4 games.
Yeah, they won once,
and then you're out of hockey. So it's like, you gotta find something. Speaking of hockey, let's brag about our. We just won a championship Friday night.
Hell yeah, Project Mayhem, first one in quite a while.
Yeah. It's the first time we had our full team in a championship. Well, we made it to some championships.
We didn't have Travis, but Ethan, Ethan had 2 of the goals and Fred had the other one, correct?
I honestly,
and I'm almost 100% sure.
I don't think I saw either of them. I think I was getting off the bench.
Our first 2 happened pretty close to each other. Ethan went down and scored, and I'm pretty sure Ethan took a shot and the rebound went behind the net, and Ethan passed it out, and Fred one timed it off the post and in.
Yeah,
that goalie you guys shot against had to be. You couldn't see any net, right? Because he was big.
I don't know. I don't even know if I had a shot on net.
No, he was a big goalie. I know. Walking out, he comes walking up beside me, and my eye line, I'm looking into his like bicep, like Christ. I'm not tall, but I'm 5'8".
Yeah, yeah, he's big. He's good. He's one. In beer league, it's always just throw it on net. And that guy, it's like you got to do more than that. You're just throwing him. You're helping him out.
Yep. Like Ross's like wrist shots that every goalie stops, but normally it's like off the chest and rebound or off the block and rebound. He would like move left to right and just catch it with his glove and stand there,
like like a real goal.
Yeah. Looked like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. You can't be competent in beer league.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there's that. But all right, moving along here. So. I remember a night out in Shakura, which a lot of you ain't gonna know where these towns are, but we ate wings and did shots, and I remember you threw up in tatters on the floor, and we had to split. Well, we didn't have to, but it was a good bit of puke. So we like, oh come on, Brett, we gotta go. You're like puking as I pulled you out because we were both like you did a couple shots or something. You're pretty tuned up, and we were just full from wings. And I drove us to Mel's, and about an hour later, I fucking threw up too. Same. It was gross because it looked like poop.
Those wings we ate was the last laugh when it was still around, right?
And it was a weird flavor.
They were like a garlic something because it was a dark brown sauce, and they had little chunks of garlic.
Like it might have even been teriyaki or like garlic teriyaki or something. I don't remember that, but it was like a weird. They were good, and I remember like I remember getting
fries just to like salk up like the rest of the sauce.
Yeah, the sauce was really good. I mean, a lot of we went to Mel's, and I remember because we were both drinking Yingling too, so it was like the puke was brown, it just looked like
bile.
It looked like you shit your pants, and it was running out. And then I can't remember. I might have did it on Mel's floor. I remember being around the door when I did it.
We both threw up on floors. I
don't know. I might have got my head outside. I mean, I can't.
even that night, you know, I remember not remembering much the next day. Of course, I got to like blackout mode. So I can't remember if it was in a parking lot or what, but I remember it was a lot of beer by then, but it was definitely the wing stuff too. That was a funny night. I'm trying to keep this list is stuff that's like mostly me and you. Because I mean, you can't do every
My
party
drunkest nights are usually you. Do you remember the time you might have it on your list? Me and Jesse went after our beer league game like last week. It was a late one, and we were started talking about Mickey D's on the way home. So we stopped at McDonald's, and of course, our McDonald's, you're in that drive-through, minimum 15 minutes. But do you remember the time you were
I know where you're
working
going with
on
this.
like Arlie or Audra's car, and I used the term working on loosely.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I came around. I guess
I was working on something.
I came around like squealing tires in the drive-through or something.
Yeah, I'm looking in. She got the hood up, and I'm looking in there. I have no I don't know cars.
You don't even know what a
I don't know
motor
how to
is.
fix my my push mower engine. But yeah, sure, I'll go look what up. You know, I'm looking in there, and we hear, and I look behind it, and it's your blue truck. Like, of course, it's you. You didn't even see me. Because why would I be there looking at an engine?
That was when I was 21, but you weren't 21 yet.
And
it was
I
a Thursday,
yeah.
Thursday.
I went and tapped on the window. You put the window down. You're like, you had to look at me a second. You're like, you're trash. But then you were hammered. I just remember like you pulled up. And
What's hilarious is like the
funny
next morning I remembered it all. Like, and I was telling like CJ at work because he worked at Asbury still with me when I worked there. And I'm like, yeah, it's like I went through the drive-through last night and saw Levon. Well, then we all get together to drink that weekend. And you tell me that I was like squealing tires and made kind of a scene. And like in my mind, I was like, that was a totally normal drive-through run.
Fucking Paul last Friday night, him and Ross were tailgating after our game, and we were pretty lit. Paul, I was driving from the rink to his house, which is only like 2 miles. But he talked me into going to Taco Bell, and we ordered just under $25 at Taco Bell.
That's a lot of food.
It's a lot. And we ate most of it. And like all day yesterday, I felt so sick for the first few games. We did that Ironman tournament.
You sent me that fertilizer.
We did an Ironman tournament, 10-minute periods, 3-on-3, and we had some subs. I think I only got 1 goal. I might have got 2, but like the whole time, it was such a shit show. We got annihilated. We just sucked. Scores were like 10-1, 10-2. I think they kept.
Was it a good time though? His tournament treats you pretty fun.
Yes, it was. Honestly, I wasn't having the greatest time because I couldn't get drunk. Everyone else is like pounding beers and shit, but I had to go home, and I just wanted to be over so I can go home and start drinking myself. But we won 1 game, and it was against Todif and Jesse's team.
You did tell me that.
These are our like 2 rival players.
Jesse, Todif, we don't.
Yeah, Todif's our friend, but he's still when you play against any of your friends, you want to beat them.
Anytime Jesse's on a team, I automatically don't like anybody that's on that team.
Yeah, you just
either.
want to.
And I don't know why.
No, yeah, it's nothing.
I mainly don't like. Not that I don't like him, but when he made that team and tried to like break Mayhem up, that really pissed me off. And they made a quote unquote better team, and they left behind like all the good players.
Yeah, they've never gotten close to winning anything there. So if you hear this, Jesse,
yeah, we love you, but we hate you.
Yeah. Here's another McDonald's story. So one day we wanted to go to McDonald's, but you didn't have a shirt for whatever reason.
No, this was Sheets.
Sheets, okay. And
I know where we're going.
So we needed a shirt. And I think the idea was here in your driveway at this house, but it was not. We're not going in your house to get a shirt. We're gonna go find one on a clothesline.
Oh, this is a different story. It might have been.
Yeah, we were gonna drive. Let's drive around. It doesn't matter.
No,
Women's, men's, anything.
It was King's because we needed a shirt to go to.
Oh,
King's.
that's right. King's was
because the drive-through wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, King's was open all night.
Yeah, we went swimming, and I just didn't even wear a shirt because we went swimming. Well, we got drunk.
Yeah,
and we wanted to eat. And you're right, we didn't want to just go home and get a shirt. We were going to steal one off a clothesline for me to wear.
It didn't matter. It could have been a woman's, or it didn't matter. So we got beer, and we're like, half hour,
in no time.
Half hour, maybe an hour at most. And what was it till like 6 a.m? We drove around.
You used almost, I think, a full tank of gas.
Yeah,
in an old Jeep. So
all night, and we don't even take we steal things, but it's not value things. It's just stupid shit, just insane stuff. I was taking broken toys out of people's yards and shit.
Giant Garfield doll.
Yeah, I
Someone's
took
garage.
a humongous Garfield. I had to, after that night, I had to go and I found a trail. I had a lifted Jeep at the time, a lifted Jeep Cherokee XJ, not a Grand Cherokee, the cheaper one. And I had to drive this trail back in the woods and just heave all this shit down over this hill. Because where am I going to take it? I don't know, you know.
No.
There's somewhere, there's still like a garbage pile, and there's a giant, I'm sure animals turned it into like a nest.
Yeah.
There's a giant Garfield doll
Right
laying.
beside a keg of Sprite.
That was a fun night. That was a pretty reckless one. I remember.
Is that the night that we were in West Katanning and you stopped at a stop sign and I hopped out of the car because somebody had one of those like little...
Yeah.
It was one of those like above ground pools, but you set it up and then you take it down in winter. So it's like, what, 3 foot tall?
Yeah, one of them.
But he stops at a stop sign and I hopped out and I just like ripped off my shorts and just dove into this pool naked just to surprise him.
Yeah.
And I dove in to do a loop, and I was gonna run back over and get in his car soaking wet. But next thing I know, he splashes right beside me, and he's naked. Meanwhile, the Jeep's at a stop sign.
Just sitting there running.
They're running.
Oh my goodness. And it was daylight at the time.
I think it was
close.
still.
It was
it
like
might have been crack of dawn.
Yeah.
but it was still
it was
pretty
getting
dark.
there. I remember a night we were off-roading in your Ranger and hammered, and we're bouncing around, you know, having a good time. And we hear some tapping on a back window, and here we had no clue. Our friend Jake Schreckengoss was passed out sleeping in the bed. And he was, but, you know, obviously that bed was, you know, he had been bucking like a fucking riding
he
a
was
Bronco.
rolling all around in there.
We had no clue he was back there, and so we got that surprise. I remember that was pretty fucking great.
we were at a bar. Remember a bar we were at? We thought he just left, but he just crawled in the back of my truck to go to sleep. We didn't know.
Yeah, we had no idea. That's a funny story with that. I don't know if we said it on the podcast, but side note, we used to do trout season down at Buffalo Creek. It was a big party thing. Everyone camps down there, and I remember a kid passed out one morning. We all woke up, and this kid wouldn't wake up, which might have been a medical issue. Who knows? But oh well. He looked like he weighed about 100 pounds, so we just picked him up and set him in the back of some random truck bed. And then
You have to note that the truck bed had a tonneau cover on it.
Yeah.
So we put him in and shut the tailgate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we shut the tailgate, and 20 minutes later, I look down, and there goes that truck driving off. So whatever happened to that kid, I have no idea.
For all we know, that guy lived in like Bedford. And
Yeah.
that kid went for a 3-hour car ride.
Yeah, it could have been a...
And that was going to get, I don't know how hot it got the next day. If it got sunny, it gets really hot in the bed of my truck.
Yeah. It's, hey, you know, wake the fuck up.
Yeah, don't pass out at random people's campfires the first day of trout.
Yep, I don't feel guilty. They're drinking our beer.
We're definitely ones to talk about.
Yeah.
So we've got millions of these stories.
Oh, yeah. I remember we did, our friend Tyler Toy used to live in an apartment across from the old Mellon Arena. That was the Penguins hockey rink in Pittsburgh. And I remember a random party there. I remember them girls were handing out the Fetish Fest things.
That wasn't Tyler's. That was that Jackie that CJ was always trying to date, and Carissa lived
This was
there.
in Pittsburgh, though, right?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
that
Oh,
apartment
that's-
complex.
It was the same place.
And Tyler did live there at one, but this was before he moved in.
Okay, you're right. And I just remember you disappeared, and we had to
What-
we had to,
and
had to
I-
go pick you up the next morning.
No,
they had to.
you guys never did. That was the $6 and a pocket knife is all I had on me.
Yeah.
I actually thought about this when I knew we were. This is one of the stories I wanted to talk about. My cell phone would this is old flip phone days, anyways.
Yeah.
But I would get it fully charged, unplug it, and just throw it in my pocket. And in an hour and a half later, it was dead. So I didn't even take it with me, and I didn't take my ID with me in case I did something wrong. I didn't want to have an ID on me because we were pretty heavy into partying. But we went to that party and I just got ripped. And that Carissa that lived there thought we were dating, and I was like, no, I don't. I'm 22 years old. I'm not dating anybody. So she got really mad. So in turn, I got really drunk. And then, like you said, those girls were given these she was a mistress,
Something like that.
yeah, they ran a sex, an underground sex thing or something, and we played beer pong, and she suited me up and she was a big girl, carried me out of there, and I didn't put up much of a fight.
Oh, that's what I was responsible, quote unquote. And like, I'm not leaving. And all that. It's like, fuck, I should have just left anyway.
I distinctly remember you telling me, "Don't go with them. You're gonna catch chlamydia or something."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." Then I as soon as you weren't looking,
gone.
But then it was daylight savings time. I didn't have my phone, so you guys couldn't get a hold of me. And I woke up and I'm like, oh shit! Like, 'cause I remember looking out. It was the shittiest apartment you can imagine. Imagine it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I'm naked, so I'm walking around an apartment naked.
Yeah,
and
where's my underwear?
Yeah, I didn't wear underwear. I found my shorts, so I put them on. This girl's waking up, and I'm like, hey. She goes, hey. And she just starts flipping channels like this is nothing out of the ordinary. And I was like, so,
hopefully they use some Lysol.
I'm like trying to make small talk. Like, I don't know where, I know I'm in Pittsburgh, but I don't know what part. I didn't know the city anyway. And I'm like, so, what time is it? And I was like, I was with, I don't know. And I still don't know the girl's name. And she's like, oh, she'll be out in a minute. And she yelled and she came out. I was like, so can I get a ride home? And she's like, I don't have a car. I'm like, shit. And finally, like, she got a hold of somebody who came and took me to Cheswick where my dad lived. So that was, that was a good night. Like, what I remember looking back, my back was all scratched and bloodied. And that was, I was eating a bag of 4-inch Doritos.
4-inch Doritos, that's mandatory.
I don't want to get into too much detail. No. I don't know how much detail I'm going to get in, but it was a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah. All right, we'll get back onto these drinking stories here because we got a lot of them. I remember, this is a small one, but I have down here, I don't know why I remember. Said. Yeah, I remember we used to do a lot of partying down in the Mellon Arena parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Pitt. And I just remember one day I looked over, you're like, I'm going to pee. And I looked over and there's this trail of piss. We were in the upper lot and it's like on a hill. And your pee is just going and going and going. And it literally went the whole way down to the bottom of this parking lot. I mean, it had to have been 2 gallons worth. And it was going like past people, under cars and stuff. And everyone's just like applauding it. And I remember people like clapping.
I remember getting an applause.
Oh, yeah. I remember we were with some girls and it was just like, when are you going to stop? Holy cow. It was just a lot of piss.
I had to go.
You were all proud of it and laughing and shit. As you should, should be. But
it was what, the home openers? We used to always go to the home openers because it was still warm.
Oh, on that note, so I got to brag about my genius idea of sneaking basically a whole case of beer in.
You did too.
We had it wasn't even winter time yet, but I took that full like Columbia ski jacket with me.
Yep.
And I was going to load the sleeves up because back then it didn't have the metal detector. You held your arms out and they pat you down. So I said, I got a better idea. I just zipped it up. We stuffed it full of fucking beer cans and I just carried it. I'm not going to wear it in, that's what I told him.
Yeah.
So like clearly I'm leaning way over because I got like however many pounds at least 20 beer cans, but probably might have been a full 24.
Almost a full case of beer in that coat.
I'm just holding it out with my arms, holding my coat out in my one hand, like arms up to the sides as they pat me down, and I walked right through with it. And we had so much beer, we had to give it out to people. You had to hide the cans because they see it.
Yep.
We ended up leaving stuff that, it was, I don't remember if we even took it all out. I mean, we drank as much as we could, but it was like a lot. But it was more just to do it. Yeah. And it fucking worked.
And it like $8 a can. If you drank 2 of those, the case of beer was a financial success.
I can't remember where. One other time we tried why not? We were at a concert. It might have been another hockey game, and we just both had like short jean shorts on.
And we tried it.
We tried like clearly as obvious as you could tell the cans are in. We can't even walk because our shorts are so tight because they're 2 cans in the front pockets. We shoved 2 in the back, and we're like waddling, like come on. And we both had to try to chug them, which we could. We had another one. We had to just sit there and. Like,
do you remember they changed the name of it all the time down there toward West Virginia. What's that? The amphitheater. The outdoor venue. What's that place called? It was a Star Lake. Then it was.
I can't remember.
I don't even know what it's called now. But do you remember over where the porta-johns were along the fence?
Yeah.
So remember a couple people went in with a blanket.
Yep.
And then they held them out, and we threw like 70 beers over into that blanket because they were already inside, and they just threw it over their shoulder and walked to the.
Yeah.
They were piss warm by the end of the night, but they are also piss warming free.
Yeah, well, they were coming out as piss anyway because we drank a ton of them. Yeah, that was our thing.
That worked.
That was there's always a way to sneak beer in. That's my thing.
You just got to look hard enough.
I have next on the list time. We used to bar hop in Leechburg and Apollo area.
The Apollo crawl, we would call it.
Apollo crawl.
Yeah.
We'd always end up in a shit show.
It was only 2 times, and it resulted in two physical altercations.
Yeah, I mean, we both got into fist fights. I think might have been one punch thrown or whatever. I remember.
I remember the open hand slap at the bottom of my driveway.
Yeah, our other friends happened to show up just as the time me and Brett are at the bottom of his driveway getting ready, like almost go to blows, just because we're hammered and stupid shit. They come in and intervene.
No, you wanted to go home because you were always worried about going home and letting Molly out, the dog.
Yeah, I had a dog then.
And I was pissed at you. I was like, the fucking dog, like, let it go. And we pulled in my driveway, and I was, like, bitching at you. And you got...
Because you were asleep on the way home, too.
I kept dozing off.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, you're fucking asleep.
Up, and I was like, let's just keep drinking. And you're like, fun, you want to get drunk? And I remember you say, you had a look in your eye. You were like, we're going to the hill. You were going to buy us all kind of shots.
I was going to get a bunch of shots, and it would have been bad.
So I remember
it probably would have been a great time.
Like, you shifted into reverse, like, the meanest way I've ever seen anybody shift a car into reverse. And we go screaming down the driveway. And I'm like, you don't go to get mad. This sounds like most of my arguments with women.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't got to be so bad. And you stop at the bottom of my driveway, which is along a busy-ash road. But it was late at night. And we're arguing in a car. And next thing you know, like, CJ and Zach pull in and they park in front of us. And we get out of the car. And you're like, he's really drunk and he's being a dick and I just want to go home. And I got out of the car and I walked over and fucking slapped you in the face. And I'm like yelling.
Probably deserved it.
I'm yelling, he deserved that.
Yeah.
He deserved that.
Oh, goodness.
Zach, like, walked me up to the house. Like, maybe you should go to bed. And I listened to Zach. I don't usually listen to anybody that I'm drunk, but I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So I laid down in bed. You guys went out to your house, and I of course, I didn't stay in bed. I drove out to your house.
We went out to my house, and we just kept drinking
I drove
anyway.
out, was like, I'm sorry, gave you a hug. And
I think that was another screech. I remember
we drank till daylight.
Came pulling in the driveway, big shit-eating grin. Fuck it. Yeah, we drank all damn night. It was good times. Here's one. Okay, I cannot remember for the life of me what we were coming home from. But I remember we were coming home from, like, up north from 28, and we had to piss. So we pulled your truck over by the constructions. They're doing road work, and there's all these construction vehicles.
Go. I want to stop you and go back. We left David Pelkis camp, and we took Paul Mikolos home.
Okay.
And he lived out there.
That's what it... Okay, that makes a bell.
There was like 5 of them sharing a house.
Was that the night? Did we take shoes?
We took a whole bunch of shoes and we're throwing them at signs out the window.
We took strangers' shoes on the way out that we never met before.
It was one of those scenarios where at the door there was a mud room and there was like 40 pairs of shoes.
I forgot all about that till literally just now. Yes.
So we took the shoes and we're playing sign tag with shoes.
Yeah.
And then we got a piece, so we pulled off, I think right in around where the horse trader sits.
Something like that, yeah.
And there was this big piece of construction equipment. First of all, I get out, and the truck's running, and I shut the doors. My headlights are off, and that truck, when you locked it and shut the doors, the headlights would flash once to tell you the doors are locked. And I said, shit, leave on. I just locked the keys in the truck, and it's running.
Yeah.
And I opened the driver door. Of course, it's locked. And the old Rangers had the suicide door, so you can't get the back door open without getting the front door open. And Levon goes, no, my door's not locked. He walks over and it opens right up. And to this day, it's bullshit because the truck flashed, those doors were locked. And you were like, I just pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah,
you told me that later.
Yeah.
Like, you remembered that part.
What's funny is, because even if the door's not shut the whole way, it could still lock, couldn't it? Like,
yeah.
That's what I don't get. So it's not even like, oh, I just didn't shut it the whole way or anything. I just said it to be like, why not? Why not? Be cocky and arrogant. And sure enough, somehow, like, it was just a miracle.
Yeah, we would have had to leave it,
which is a big deal because we peed like
in the construction equipment, like on the seat, on the controls, which is
God, we were assholes.
I wish I would have done that.
No, but it was really funny at the time.
We were still like 19 or 20 then.
You were just,
We tried to start it up, but we couldn't figure out how to start it up. Thank God, because the keys were in it, if I remember right. But thankfully, we couldn't start it up.
20 to 25, when you're that age of drinking, you're basically in like biker mode. You know, it's just be drunk. There's a gray area there. There's a line you cross, but you just do dumb shit. Like we'd steal shit, but like I said, it would be like like nothing of big value. Just,
yeah.
So yeah, I had that. Pure drunk luck that fucking door didn't shut.
Yep.
Here's one. So, okay, I have next on the list. Our friend Tyler, when he gets drunk, he's just a dick. I remember one time I'm having a good time up at our camp. All of a sudden, blackout. I woke up laying on the floor, and I kept reaching for a pillow. Here, he just came up behind me and choked me out. You know, I don't even remember it or anything, and like. Then I just woke up, like, got my bearings, and, oh, you dick. I didn't know what happened. And he just keep drinking.
I don't remember that at all.
Shit like that. Like, one day we're just having a good time up at our friend Zach's house, and you're just standing there, and Tyler gets up on a table and just spears you. You know, he just...
Yeah.
Good things, but he just does these... A lot of times they're funny, but just dick moves, you know? So, we owed him. It was time to get his due. So we're all drinking at a local bar, the Hilltop. It's karaoke night. Tyler's over there just singing karaoke, and me and Brett planned it. That you pushed him, right? So I think I knelt.
Yes.
I snuck behind him and got on, like, behind his legs on my hands and knees, and Brett came up to talk, like he's gonna talk to him.
I'm gonna pull it up a high five.
Yeah, is that what I was? So you, like, basically high-fived him into me.
Well, I missed. I didn't even go for the high five. Just pushed him by the shoulders.
He goes fucking flying. The microphone goes, like,
he knocked
flying
the
behind
table
him.
down.
Oh yeah, and everybody there
thought we were the assholes.
I mean, yeah, has no clue that he really deserved this. His time was due, and it was fucking great. But yeah, we were like, they're trying to kick us out.
Yeah,
and
people
stuff.
wanted to beat me up.
I mean, it was a dick move, but he clearly deserved it.
I remember his ear was bleeding because he had his ear pierced and his earring kind of ripped.
Here's another one. I won't mention any names. One of our friends and his wife and another couple of people, we were out at I don't know, one of their parents' houses drinking. And there was a double tent in the back. And so me and Brett's just hanging out, and there's a pool table. This is one of their parents' houses, I think. So we're in there playing pool, and they're all like, each couple's in a separate tent, but they're kind of connected, and they're like fooling around. And then drunkenly, one of us said, "Let's go knock that fucking tent on them." And we did. We snuck up, and we hear them like whispering. You can hear them like, giggling and kissing and stuff. And we fucking collapse the tent. Sprint to my fucking Jeep. Keep in mind, my house is up 2 miles?
Not even that.
They know where we're going. We fucking, jump in my car. Yeah, high five. And we fucking drive literally a minute down the road, park at my parents' house.
The sun's coming up,
yeah,
mind you.
We go in, we're sitting. We got some beer. Let's drink it all. Finish it off. We're in there feeling all good about ourselves. And of course, half hour later, we hear a car come pulling in the driveway. Oh, shit. And
we're like, oh, they're pissed.
Yeah, the two guys came roaring down to my house for revenge. And I remember, you ran upstairs to hide in a closet or something. And I'm pretty proud of this. As drunk as I was, I went right to the front door. So as they opened the door, I was just behind the door. And I clearly, remember my face was right beside them as they opened the door, and they do the stop and look around, and I could see our friend, and then they went into the house, and I went outside, and our house was by a cornfield, and I ran like a bitch into this cornfield, and it was cut corn, but there was still enough stalks. So I just fucking I just laid low, and I'm like, I'll wait till they can't find me. So about 20 minutes later, and I think I might have heard some yelling and screaming. Like they clearly found you.
They found me. I got what I had coming.
But then I remember the door opens up, and I can kind of see it, but mostly hear it. And then I hear, "Find him, Molly, find him, Molly." And they used my goddamn dog. My dog sniffed me out, followed my trail, and took him right to me. And then they picked up sticks. They both had sticks, and they were just beating the shit out of me with it.
And Molly stood idly by.
Yeah, Molly's just sitting there tail wagging. Oh, she's proud of me.
Look at that. I found him.
Thanks for protecting me, bitch.
They used your own dog against you.
And then so what did they do to you? Did they like wail on your leg or something? Charlie horse you?
Yeah, I think I got some dead legs, monkey bumps. I got a big wedgie. The usual.
Yeah.
What you deserve for ruining the heat of the moment.
And then we basically just stood there and kind of laughed it off. Then we just like, I remember kind of just bullshitting.
Well, no, I got a really funny voicemail from Haley that capped everything off.
I remember that because
she started off like, you guys are fucking 4-year-olds.
yeah.
And I forget where it went from there, but even, I shouldn't have mentioned her name, but even the husband of it.
I can beep it out.
Yeah, the husband of it. We listened to it together like weeks later, and we howled.
Oh yeah, they were like pissed, but they clearly could get the after they got their vengeance,
They knew how funny it was.
you know, they had to go back and act, more mad than they were.
There was also an ex-boyfriend of one of those two.
Yeah.
That, I don't know if we should say his name or not, but he was quite happy with what we did.
Yeah. There was another friend of ours. We kind of got vengeance for him. That actually might have
been the whole reason behind
it. Might have been
know.
we might have been avenging our friend CJ. We can say his name because fuck CJ. He's a loser. But yeah, I can't remember that for sure. Okay, before I go to the next topic, I'm gonna do the beer review here before I forget. Today's beer that I'm reviewing is, well, it's one of them unibrow beers. I'm not a big fan of this company.
I've never heard of unibrow beers.
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. See the bottom.
Bert and Ernie.
See the bottom of the label. It's
That is not unibrow.
I know.
There's a.
I'm sure it ain't pronounced
I don't
that,
know
but it's a
what-
French.
Yeah, Unbrew or something.
And they have this is a Belgian style dark ale called a Troy. I'm not. Fuck your French words. French lose wars.
What
they
have they
lose
done
wars.
for us?
Yeah. Well, I guess the Statue of Liberty was built by.
The craftsmanship's
That's a good
poor.
parting gift for you clearly annihilated us in in America. So here's your farewell present.
Wasn't that a gift for us helping them with a war?
Probably
or
something. I know there's a French and Indian war that they were together. The Indians and French both lost that battle. So anyway, so the Belgian style dark ale. It's 9% alcohol, and you know my philosophy.
I'll give 'em that.
I give anything above like 7 or 8% alcohol. You get, your heart's in the right place.
A beer
So
above 7
you get at least half a point to a point for like effort. Trying to see where. Okay, brewed and bottled by. I'm just calling it Unibrow, in Chambly, Quebec, Canada.
Oh, it's French Canadian beer. At
That must be.
They gave us Flurry. That's all they had to give.
Yeah, and Mario Lemieux and Crosby. Pretty much every good
That's
hockey
not
player.
really French Canadian area.
Well, Mario
is. Sid's from
Sid
Nova
ain't.
Scotia. That's not French.
Mario's from like Montreal, I think.
Yeah.
He's clearly French, but he's above. Mario Lemieux's above all.
Born and raised there, played hockey in Pittsburgh, whereas he lived the rest of his life.
He's Pittsburgh now.
Yeah.
He's officially.
Yeah. He knew better.
He's well spoken, but I think he says yins at this point. Anyways, I'm giving this beer. I'm just gonna give it a 2. It just.
I saw the face
It
you
ain't
made
that-
when you tried it.
It's not bad, but it's just. I want to give it a 3, but honestly, I just wouldn't drink it again.
Not bad, but not good.
Yeah. It'll get the job done. It'll get me
Back to a funny drinking story. Do you remember Tyler's friend? I can't remember his name, but I used to know him. We're at a party, and I think it was like an 80s theme party. We're standing outside, and these kids were like, Catan kids suck. And Tyler's friend walked over and knocked a beer out of his hand.
Oh God!
And was like, "Enjoy your empty beer." And it was the funniest insult ever.
I can't have.
And he wasn't even from Katanning, but he's like, "I like you guys."
I can't remember anything else. Like I can't remember.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember where we were. But
I can remember he had like the loudest 80s tee or button-up shirt you can imagine.
It was
on,
something like that.
And these sunglasses. And
I remember it was.
He
fucking,
walked over and just knocked this beer out of this kid's hand and stood at his face and goes, "Enjoy your empty beer, bitch," or something.
Yeah, it was great.
So funny.
It put him in his fucking place.
Like we didn't even say anything to him. He wanted to pick a fight with us. And that kid was not going to allow that to happen. He just went over and said, "Enjoy your empty beer." We need to ask Tyler who that was. Season 3, Have him over, give him some beers.
I remember what he looks like.
Let's tell us some stories. He's probably got his own batch of funny stories with his own friends.
I'm sure.
Because he liked to put them away.
Yeah. Pretty much any of Tyler's friends would drink.
Yeah.
Okay, so next on the list, well, this is, I'm sure we told this. I think we told this in season 1, but fuck it. I'm going to go to my first DUI night. Because we went to, is back when we had the Sergei Gonchar role. He was a defenseman for the Penguins. And when he scored, we did shots. So that night, he got like 2 goals. One of them was a game winner, which is others. We had all these drinking rules.
And Ovechkin had a hat trick.
Yeah.
And nullified that hat trick.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was a playoff game.
It was a playoff
game. That was the cup year, right?
It was the cup year.
Yeah, it was the year
This
the Penguins
09.
when the Penguins won the cup in 09, and it was a big game. And so Gonchar roll, Penguins won. We went to the famous dive bar, Tatters. And
apparently some things do matter at Tatters.
So we're talking at least 6 or 7 shots. And on the way out, they had one of them plastic bar signs with
the sign you sit along the road with the arrow. The light bulbs flash, the arrow points to the bar.
Yeah.
And you can put your lettered word message on it.
I was pissing by my Jeep before we left, and I hear like
no, you pissed, I pissed, and then you're like, hold on, I'm gonna rearrange the letters on the sign.
That's what it was. And then you rearranged them before I could with your feet.
Oh, yeah.
You ran and drop kicked.
You were standing at the side.
Yeah, and you just full feet, both legs ahead of you, drop kicked the sign
on gravel,
shattered it, broke it. I don't know how you didn't break your ass when you landed. We like ha. It was fucking hilarious. I did not see it coming. I remember I almost pooped myself because laughing so hard. Then we got in the Jeep and we left. But as we're going down the road, a car starts following us. Like, oh shit, is this the cops? And we're looking like. At that point in time, we would have been pulled over.
We took
I'm sure my driving wasn't up to par. And what do we do? So we took a random road and a friend that we haven't seen in years. We just knew where his parents lived. We pulled in there randomly into their driveway at least 2 a.m.
No, it was earlier than that.
Was it?
Yeah, because we had a full night drinking ahead of us after that. This was
yeah, but that 10, was way late at night.
This
too.
was 10 or 10:30,
maybe. And the car follows us up, parks behind us, and this old random couple they don't say a word. They just get out.
No, he looked in the window and he was like, "That was $1,000 sign you guys just broke." And he looked at both of us, and he looked at the front of your Jeep, and then he looked at us both again and got back in his car and they just drove away because he was sure that we wrecked into it.
Yeah. He was he thought we clobbered it with our Jeep, with my Jeep, and then that was it. Then they got in and left, and and I was trying to find a party that night. Way out in BFE, the most redneck part of fucking Pennsylvania you can imagine. Back roads here and there. I don't know if I was too drunk to get their directions. Their cell phone service wasn't the best.
And I fell asleep.
You fell asleep. I pulled up to what I thought might have been the right house. And I pulled up this driveway, and there's just 3 old men, at least 50-ish, just sitting in this basement. There was a garage basement, and the door opened up, drinking. And I just got out wrong house. And they were weirded out that some stranger pulled in. I kind of just invited myself over with a 6-pack, and I drank with them for an hour. I remember 2 of the guys were getting pissed at me, but one guy, I was chatting with one guy, and we were having a good time. Complete strangers. Never seen these people in my life. And then finally, I kind of got the hint and was I better get the fuck out of here. And I insisted on finding this party. So it was at least 5:30 in the morning, and just driving back roads, and then finally. There's a main road. It's not like a back road. 356. It's not like a highway, but it's a bigger road. And I got up to it and was I need to go home. And I finally went back onto the back road. But by that point there was a cop following me. I was looking to. At that point, I just wanted to find a safe pull off. I was on a sleep. Mm-hmm. Because you were you said you were asleep for a while, and I was I just need to sleep this off. When I was driving around looking, I wasn't really paying attention to the road. And then I saw the lights. My windows were all fogged up. That's why
he said.
That's what he said he put. Well, they were.
Were they?
Yeah. I mean, I had the windshield wipers going, but he could have just said swerving and I don't know, but pulled me over and I was clearly, way over the limit. But that was a funny story.
Are you done with that story?
Yeah.
You're not done with that story yet. What did it say in the police report?
On the police report, it specifically said, oh, I don't know. I have it somewhere. But
you need to frame that.
said was cause of
this is like they always have to type out the interactions with you.
Yeah.
And he asked what you were doing out so late. And what were you doing out so late?
I told him the details of the Gonchar roll. I told him the Penguins won a big game. I told him we do these shots and we do these drinks.
I remember in quotations it's saying just out celebrating a Penguins over the Capitals victory.
Yeah, I'm.
And it did say something about Gonchar.
It said Gonchar on the police report. I'll have to find it. Maybe I'll read it off on the podcast next season. All right, we got a ton of shit to talk about, so I'm going to turn this one episode, and this has got to be a 2-part episode. So let's end this here. Shortly, we're going to jump right back into this conversation for season finale, part 2. Fuck it. Let's just roll out and pick this up on the next episode. Podcastration out. You can all learn in hell. Later.
That's another show gone. Another one spent.